With the magic mirror finally coming out in full swing, I think we now have access to all of the legendaries offered. Beforehand, it could just be weird RNG nightmare hell, but I was missing 2 of these new legendaries. A shield and of course a gun. A gun that is shockingly really good. Or it was just the build that I was using on. Anyway, the legendary shield is called the Lich's Augur. Essentially what this does is it gives you a ton of spell things. As soon as your shield is depleted for 8 seconds, you're going to be eating everything spell damage, critical rates with your spells, as well as AoE with your spells. This is reset when your shield is full. So you are going to need to actually have one of the skills that either cast a lot of spells, heal yourself, you're playing spell shot. So you need to regenerate your shield manually a lot. Now, luckily, our torrent build can do that easily because we're just spammy as hell. Most of our spells have 2 charges and they come back in 5 seconds, so you can just spam, and we have full shield. So go to. In fact, I think this specific shield is better than the current one we have on here. Expect an update to the torrent build eventually. We just need to find more spells that aren't boring as shit. Okay, but yes, you guys are currently seeing torrent build. Just choose some things up. By the way, the build hasn't dropped off in the slightest. Still, we're using character level gear, but that's just because you can scale up spell damage an ungodly amount. So yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to report we finally have a weapon that is cooking and is incredibly exciting and satisfying to use. It's called the Butterboom. This is a legendary toric pistol. It can fire from anywhere from 1 projectile to 2 projectiles to 3 projectiles, and you can have different variability on your magazine and stuff like that. But essentially, you are firing popcorn at an enemy. But here's the thing that makes it crazy. That popcorn, I think, splinters off into 3 other kernels, kind of like popping popcorn. I think it's either 3, 2, or maybe just 1. Kind of hard to see. Also, this does do self-damage, so just be careful. It is a little bit close, like really small radius of splash damage, which is also good and bad. It's good in the sense that you'll have a hard time downing yourself. It's bad in the sense that when you're trying to fight a boss that maybe is in the air, the kernels will pop, fall to the ground, and then detonate, and they'll be outside of the AoE of that. Granted, this thing feels so fun to play with. Now, granted, I am rocking a pretty decent gun damage build, in fact, really decent, and I can't wait to show you guys that eventually down the pipeline, but essentially, yes, very good, shockingly fun to play with. Also, again, I love the idea that you basically shoot out a little ball, essentially, it splinters off into 3 other bombs, but by the way, these popcorn kind of just sometimes eject, like, far the fuck away from each other, because they both kind of sequence in an explosive wave that concusses them quite far back. But yes, out of all of the DLC 2 weapons, of course, Salt and Battery, I think is what it's called, is such a good weapon. Get that. The new class mod is also immensely fun. I love it. Go get that one too. And of course, the new Torg pistol is amazing. Butterboom is so fun and actually melts. And again, I like the idea that it's pretty unique. It splinters off. You can get it in multiple different projectiles ×3. Also, here's the thing I want to ask you guys. I actually don't know if it's worth getting it in ×3. The reason why is because it kind of gets messy. Kind of like you output too much of your magazine, and it's better to kind of like slowly pace out your shots because most things die in 2 shots anyway. At least if you had a good gun build. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you today. Just want to talk to you about these new weapons that we basically haven't covered yet, and are they worth getting? I definitely think that the shield is specific to mage characters, and is it better than the 100% damage gain and resistance when your shield is empty? Probably, maybe not, depends. I mean, if you're a spellcaster, arguably you're not playing point blank anyway, so still, as far as the whole cumulative like 70 or 80% bonus across the whole like radius, critical hits and such like that, maybe a little bit. And it's also nice that, again, you only need to deplete your shield, and then for 8 seconds its effect is happening, so that way if you end up repairing your shield by casting more spells, it actually is okay because it's up for 8 seconds anyway. And if you recharge your shield and you deplete it again, then you'll just be cooking, repeating the cycle that 8 seconds goes on cooldown and gets reset. So lovely. But ladies and gentlemen, go get that Butterboom pistol because it is goddamn fun and clean to play with. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you. Hopefully the new DLC weapons are more than like 3 being the takeaway out of like 15 or something. Yeah, it's not 15, it's like 8. Sorry, but yeah, a lot of them little missy, little miss, kind of swinging a whiff, but you know, maybe the future's hopeful. Anyways, I would definitely suggest go getting the Butterboom. Thank you kindly for your time. Hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and if that's too much, maybe just liking. Thank you kindly, and goodbye, my friends. Also, we stream a lot. Check out that.